Letter number 18. How am I doing? The only letter I mailed, shaking in fear, crying as I handed it over to the clerk. This is the only letter he read, as far as I know. Today, 1 year later, I feel much of the same. August 8th, 2024, 888. How am I doing? How am I doing? Why would you even ask? I can't figure it out. Not that I can or need to, but curiosity, I guess. Why would you even ask? Like it matters in any capacity. It's such a pointless question. You know exactly how I'm doing. All you would need to do is to think about it for a second. Think about me and you and us, and you would immediately have your answer. You ghosted me for 6 weeks, 42 days of nothing after I saw you in a parking lot with a big smile on your face, pulling someone else into you. Only 2 weeks after you told me you love me, after I handed you a towel while you were naked in the shower. After I have done everything possible to fully open my heart to you and show you that I'm completely willing and committed to finally show up fully for the first time in my current existence with no resistance, with all the willingness to not project on you, to not protect myself, to truly show up in love. How am I doing? How do you think I'm doing? I'm doing my work. Every minute of every day, I'm holding myself in some ways. After I accepted the fact that it is not my time to die yet, even though I continue to wish for it. Not every day anymore, but more frequently than I would like. I continue to hold myself while I fight. While I fight the places I don't want to be, the feelings I don't want to feel, the pain I don't want to have, the time I want to escape, the memories I want to forget, the future I don't want to imagine. I hold myself firmly there in all those places I don't want to be at to make sure I never have to visit them again. Mostly, I feel shattered and paralyzed, completely fragmented, unable to move, to accept, to let go, so I just sit there and wait. Watching the ego scream and tear down, watching it to pull up all the fears and insecurities, watching the attacks that's trying to launch, the sideways it's trying to use to convince me that I will never survive this, that I will never come out of this, that I will never recover, that I will never be loved, and I will never love the way that I love you, that I will be alone. That I will be alone because I don't deserve anything lasting, because life is nothing but grind and blood and sweat and tears and suffering, and ultimately nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. And that's not true, because I do. I give a shit. I always give a shit about anyone suffering. Why? Why do you ask? You already know. Regardless of how long you haven't seen me or spoke to me, you still know me better than anyone. You know how much this hurts. You know where I hurt. You know what will hurt me the most. And you don't care. No, you don't. Because if you did, in any capacity, any however minimal and limited capacity, you would check in. You would have a kind word for me. You would find some empathy. But no. 6 weeks of silence, and you say sorry for the massive delay in response. Massive delay. That must be the understatement of a century. Massive delay, that's your reality. I do wish you could feel the anguish I feel every single day, waiting, praying, hoping, and while you can't feel it, I also believe your soul is connected energetically and is aware of the ripple effect of your behaviors. Because that ripple reaches way beyond me as I interact with others who are affected by me, and as they interact with others affected by them. And it has all started with your choice to not respond. And then, for whatever reason you came up in your mind and justified it somehow, 6 weeks later you decided that it was a good idea to respond like nothing happened, like I should not have been affected by your silence in the first place. Like, of course, it would be perfectly normal for you to respond. Sorry for the massive delay. I don't know if I should laugh or cry. The absurdity, the disconnect, the complete denial, the normalcy, the justification. I laughed a lot. I also cried a lot. I also did both at the same time, as I'm completely unable to process this in any capacity. I'm in my own denial, fully aware of not being able to comprehend and allow that really in my space, because I have no idea, no clue what to do with that. So again, I just watch it and do nothing. I laugh at the absurdity. I cry at the pain that it brings up. I hold the ego while it roars, trying to use it as a proof that I am unworthy and that I don't matter, that you don't care and really actually never did, that I was just a convenient tool for you to help to ease your pain that stopped working, so you threw me out and found a new one that currently works better. And then there are all the other things that want to show me that you did care and that you did love me. But that makes everything wrong, because if it did matter, if it meant something, what is happening now would not be existing in the capacity that it currently exists. It's not possible. Not in my reality, not in my world. How am I doing? Do you really expect me to answer, or are you actually relieved that I'm not? Did you send it? Did you ask just to make yourself feel better? To pretend to yourself that you care? See, I checked in, I'm doing the right thing, I'm going out of my way. Is that why you asked? Because if you actually wanted to know, if you actually cared in reality, you would know, you would make the effort, however minimal, however gentle, which just leaves me with no, you actually don't care. And it is some kind of excuse to make yourself feel better, pretending to do the right thing, when the right thing would actually be honesty and transparency, whatever that is. But no, instead, we will continue to play this game and pretend that everything is fine, that there has only been a delay, and how are you doing, because of course I care. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. How can you not see any of it? Well, you can't. You have your own reality that you have created for yourself, and in that reality you make me collateral damage and justify it. So answer your own question. How am I doing? I am your collateral damage, and it fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate every second of every minute of every day. I hate it. While I have a full and complete awareness of myself, I have no control. I guess that's not true, because if I did not have any control, you would be experiencing the effects of it, because my ego wants to retaliate bad. She wants to hurt you. She wants you to see all the pain and suffering you woke, you created. She wants you to suffer. But my awareness locked her in this bubble, and she's not allowed to act externally until fully neutralized, however long it may take, whatever it may take. So she's just kicking and screaming within the safety of the space I'm allowing her. She has moments where it seems she may actually break free, but the fail-safes seem to be very effective in bringing her down. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. She feels insane at times, crazy. She feels like acid is running in her veins. She feels turned inside out skin-wise. She feels ripped open, bleeding constantly. She feels there's no way she can ever survive this and stabilize again. She feels completely out of control. She does not understand how she seems to be functioning. So I hold her. I talk to her. I love her. I accept her exactly as she is. The exact same way I love you and accept you exactly as you are, exactly where you are. I choose to embrace all the darkness while I hope that the light will somehow eventually find its way in, because I know that it exists. I absolutely know that as the ultimate truth, that the light exists. So eventually it must come in. I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm not. You can keep at it, whatever you're telling yourself, whatever you want to convince yourself, however you want to reason and justify and pretend, massive delay, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you need is what you need to get wherever you go, to see whatever you need to see, whenever you are ready to see it. It's all good. You do you. I will continue to love you regardless. There's no doubt in my mind that I would ever stop. My door is open. You can come in and talk truth anytime you want, any day. You don't have to even knock. The door is open, always open for everyone, but not for the game. Not for pretending, not for excuses, not for dishonesty, not for justification. For fear, yes. For honest fear that makes itself plainly visible, yes. For that also, because we can hold it while we call it what it is. Because when we call it what it is, we can love and accept it and validate it without having to project it and justify it and use it to make ourselves feel better while dragging others down into the darkness. Honest fear is always welcome. I like to think this is my last letter to you. I would like it to be the last one, but I guess you never know. I thought the silence was the worst, that it was the biggest trigger, and it was, until that last text came, and then the silence seemed like heaven. Then the fact that you were consciously choosing to not reach out and connect all of the sudden seemed kinder and gentler than the text. What a fucking blow. There you go every day about your life doing your things with the person you're with, but the person you replaced me with. I wish I could be happy for you. I wish I could say I hope it works out for you. I wish I could say I hope you find what you're looking for. I wish I would believe it's real. I don't. And at the same time, it doesn't matter what I believe or wish about you. Clearly, I have no idea who you were or who you are, because in reality, you never actually let me in. In reality, I never stood a chance. But I sure learned a lot about myself and about love in general. And for that, I am grateful, even though I would rather have never experienced any of it if I had a choice. But sometimes we don't have a choice. Sometimes it's just what we need, what we actually need to wake up to ourselves. So here I am, waking up. How am I doing? I'm waking up, and it hurts like hell. I understand that you have your own reality and your own truth. And yes, it was a mistake to believe that our realities were similar, that we held similar, if not same beliefs about treating other people, checking ourselves in the midst of our own trauma and healing. But somewhere in there, I guess, I got lost and let you pull a B, D, M, and D on me all at the same time. I really did not see that coming. I really didn't. Not like this. However you rationalize, justify, and excuse your current truth, however right you think you are, and I do believe that you really do not see any of it. I really do, because if you did, I really don't believe you would make some of the choices you made. But again, it could just be me, the endless believer in people's ability to be good and find kindness in any circumstances, regardless of how dark, how deep, how wounded, how traumatized, regardless of how I can't, I'm not capable, or I should or shouldn't. I don't give a shit of what you are not capable of or how much you are drowning. That much more reason to check yourself. It would have been so easy. Not true. Everything from the very first text, everything from the moment to the very last, including not a single word to Amal, not a single word to the kid you have been a parent figure for half of his life. How do you rationalize and justify and excuse that? Do you think it doesn't matter to him that you just disappeared without a single word of explanation to him? do you think it won't have any subconscious effect on him? And you will wave the flag of doing your work. Not capable. What a convenient excuse. It's so sad. Especially after losing W. Did it ever occur to you that a conversation with ML may be a good idea? How about, hey, I really need to remove myself completely? How about that? That doesn't even need to be a reason given. Just this is the action I need to take. It's not personal. By avoiding that, by ignoring it, that makes it personal. But then again, you have your own truth that you rationalized and justified, and apparently being a good human is not part of that. It's not like I was asking you to continue to help us in a life way or check in if we are okay after a storm, if we're still alive, or if there is any damage to the house. You would have to care for that. You would have to be a good human. You would have to remember that we matter and that we were a family. You would have to consider someone else but yourself. You would have to be a good human. I guess that you is gone. Well, if he ever returns, you let him know that I would love to talk to him. Until then, I hope you live the life you deserve. Before I mailed the letter as is above, I wrote and included this note. 8/12. Every day, every single day, I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your voice, share what's going on. Every single day, I miss you. I want to see you. I want to touch you. I want to tell you I love you. Every day, I wonder how you are, what you're doing, if you're thinking about me, if you're happy with her. Every single day, I hope you reach out, call, or show up. Every day, I wonder how this will change because somehow it has to. Every single day, I remind myself that you're choosing life without me, that is what you want, and that you make the choice every single day over and over again, that you choose to not talk to me, not reach out, not have me in your life. And every day I have to live with that, and every day it hurts all over again. Every day I try to accept that you choose not to love me anymore, that you choose to be someone who leaves people behind without a single word. Every day I try to convince myself to not love you or stop somehow. Every day I try to let go. Every single day I want to shake you, to wake you up out of this. Every day I wake up thinking it was a bad dream only to realize it is still happening. Every day I pretend you that loved me died, but he didn't. Every day I cry, I get angry, I rage, I get sad, I hope, I despair, and above all, I simply love. And you know all this. You do. And it all fucking sucks. And I love and hate every second of every minute of every day, only to wake up and do it all over again. And it is what it is because I do not have a choice in the matter, or rather this is what I choose because I fell in love with you and I don't know how to fall out, even though you are a complete dick who only cares about himself now, and I still love you. So yeah, I'm doing amazing. Thanks for asking. And I'm so over this, and I want to forget and move on and be okay and not think about you every day and not think about what you are choosing and how you are choosing to treat me and who you are choosing to be, because you fucking suck and I would never want to be with someone like you, this awful human being. And I ask every day, what the fuck is wrong with me? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with me. I keep doing what I need to be doing, and it's okay, however long it takes, and Mr. Hyde can suck it along with his beautiful teeth and blondie girlfriend, since you got your new teeth.